My name is Heather Pieffer, and I'm the grief team lead here at Cedar Valley Hospice. Healing in grief doesn't look picture perfect. Real healing is hard, exhausting, and demands to be felt. Grief is a deeply intimate, personal, and unique journey. No two people grieve in the same way. There is no timeline. There is no way you should act, be, or even feel. David Kessler writes, "Each person's grief is as unique as their fingerprint." Nonetheless, you may have listened so far and felt a familiar sting as you related to some of these emotions and struggles to your own personal grief journey. We all have our own unique grief experiences, but we all share this common understanding. We all know how intensely grief can affect each one of us. Grief, for those of us who understand it, no explanation is needed. We all have this shared need for our grief to be witnessed, not fixed. We want someone to hold us close, see our pain, and companion us through grief. We can see pieces of our grief experiences in others who are also grieving. We have a collective understanding of the difficulties of grief, the aching of missing our loved one, and the struggle as we look to see the world is still spinning when ours feels shattered.
Just nothing is normal anymore in my everyday life. From your mundane, everyday little things of taking care of bills to eating to try to stay healthy, keeping track of doctor's appointments, those type of things. Just try to go to a grocery store. I remember the first time going to the grocery store, and I had a list and I knew what I wanted to get, but when I got in there, it just got overwhelming, and I broke down. I had to leave without buying anything. I've moved past that now, obviously, but you got to go through all these things. I may say I'm okay when you ask how I'm doing, but inside I'm not. And you really want those people to call and ask how you're doing, invite you out for lunch. Don't be afraid to come over and visit, or just give me a phone call. I know of several people that didn't have that support that I have had, and that's been huge in my journey through this, which has really helped a ton. And a lot of it is through hospice and the friends, lifetime friends that I have made with the people here at hospice and the people that I got to meet in the group that I met with for 8 weeks. We're there for each other.
I'd say it's hard to think of an aspect of my everyday life that's not been affected by losing Court and my grief. And those may not be things that are obvious or visible to the outside world or those surrounding me. Court and I were just beginning to start our lives together, starting to build our family when he passed away. I mean, he was just shy of 32 years old. We were just 2 weeks shy of our 4th wedding anniversary, and our daughter was 13 months old. So we had lots of plans and hopes and dreams for our future together and building our life together. And it's now up to me to redefine those hopes and dreams and figure out what my future holds. Grief's been frequently described as coming in waves. You know, some of them are smaller and just kind of wash over you and, you know, might trigger you to have some tears or perhaps some smiles and laughter. But then there's those occasional large tsunami-like waves that come over you. They're just so unpredictable and so overcoming of anything that you have going on. But knew at that point in my life, any help and support that I could get, that I should take advantage of, just for my own well-being. So I did so and reached out to Cedar Valley Hospice and was put in touch with Lynette, who was a wonderful grief counselor. And I've had several one-on-one sessions with her to help work through my grief and my emotions, and so I mean, to anyone that's on a grief journey right now, I'd encourage them to reach out and seek out whatever help that they can get, because you know what you're feeling and what you're experiencing, the pain is real, and you're not alone.